makes a person think that they don't need anything?
When they have everything.
That's a very relative.
No, it's not relative actually. What do people want? People mistake that. People think what they want is what they need. What do people want? Dunya, right? Well, the whole dunya is telling you if you get dunya, you don't need anything, yes? So many times you see people who have the dunya, especially people who are not liking Allah and His Prophet too much, even in Islam. Once they have dunya, then their attitude towards Allah and His Prophet also changes. Yes or no? Those who have a relationship with Allah and His Prophet, when they are in need, they changes when they're not in need of Allah and His Prophet. So they think. Look at your relationship to Allah and His Prophet. When you are in need, or when you want something, forget about need, when you want something. 24 hours you're going to pray. Wahhabi, you're going to pray 24 hours. If you are calling Sufi, you're going to go to every maqam. Speak to every shaykh asking for prayers. But you're going to ask. Once you have, you cannot say you have the same level of thankfulness. Let's say you pray 40 days, 40 nights. You cannot say 40 days, 40 nights after you get it, you're going to be so thankful and you're going to pray. You're not. That is the nature, except for those that they are remembering Allah much. Those who remember Allah much, it doesn't matter whether they want, they need, they are in pain or they're in pleasure. They remember Allah. This is what Shawwal is trying to teach us. Remember Allah much. Remember Allah in every situation. Don't just remember Allah when you're in need of Him. What makes a person to not need Allah, to not want Allah? When his spirit is not looking for it. How is his spirit not looking for it? The spirit is choked, it's locked in. When the ego is completely free. It happens. Which is why people are critical also sometimes of our way. They're saying this is not zahid enough. You understand? They're critical. They're saying Sufism must be, you must be, how you say, Zahid?
Aesthetic, austere, aesthetic.
Choose simple words. You guys choose very
Renouncing of the world.
simple words. You teacher, how to simplify. How you say?
Poor.
Huh? You must be poor, you must be simple and humble. Okay? All these things are good, but they say you must be, meaning this is only one way of what tasawwuf is. Fakir, the word. But anything, humble or simple or poor, there are different ways of showing it, different ways of looking at it too. A person can be very humble from the outside, and he can be very proud inside, yes? A person can be very proud outside, he can be humble inside. Yes or no? Yes, it can happen. Shah Naqshbandi is saying, my murids, they're going to wear the best clothes, eat the best food, and make the best zikr. But they are not, this is coming from not understanding Islam and Islamic history and basic Islamic knowledge totally also. It's learning from book knowledge only. Then you're going to come up to this kind of understandings and situations. There were prophets that they didn't own anything. And there are prophets that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the permission of this whole world. Yes? There are saints that they are not holding anything. There are saints that had everything and they gave everything up. And there are saints who had nothing, then Allah gave them everything. This is the complete picture of how you're going to understand certain things in Islam. If you don't, then you're just going to be stuck with an idol. So, even the word fakir. Fakir means the one who doesn't own anything. What's the use of a fakir? To describe a man who is poor, he doesn't have anything, but he wants everything. He doesn't have anything, but he wants everything. Is that a fakir? What about that one who has everything, but he doesn't want anything, and he gives everything? What about that one that he gives, more Allah gives, but he doesn't own anything, not in his hands and not in his heart? What about those ones? So this is looking at the different grades of just simple things that is in Islam that today people are misunderstanding. So those who are looking for Allah, they will always say that we don't own anything, we don't want anything, because all they want is Allah. And anything else comparing that, it is nothing, it is a burden. But those who love the dunya is not a burden. Dunya is a paradise. It's not a burden. They don't see it as a burden. And you see people, when they have that kind of fakir quality in their hearts, they'll see everything that they own is a burden, whether they have or they don't have. So, now, those ones who are not needing and wanting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is a very sad situation. It is showing that their heart is dead because it's not remembering Allah anymore. And there are many. And there are many, as our Shaykh is teaching, even when they look like they are believers from the outside. Because they are not looking for their Lord, but they're looking for their own benefit in this religion, dunya and akhirat. So, we are servants. We are always in need. How are we convincing ourselves, understanding that we are in need of Allah? How? When everything is given to us. How are we going to understand that as adults living, especially in places like America? Especially in America. Yes, we still need Allah. And there are many, many things in America that we cannot have. We cannot have a simple thing called an Islamic village. We cannot. Yes? We cannot have simple thing called hearing the azan when you're walking in town. Right here in Minneapolis, I think, Minnesota, Minneapolis, they legalize it. Not legalize it, but they say it's very, very rare. Meaning everything that you take it for granted in Muslim lands, we don't have. So we must want that. This is the thing. We must want that. We must look, what is it that is there that we want and we need? And we work for and we ask. Not just something that is physical, but something that is more than that. What is it that we don't have, that we're very poor here? Maqams. Alhamdulillah, we have a maqam here. In Muslim countries, anywhere in Muslim countries, maqams are everywhere. The graves of the holy people are everywhere. When you feel sad, when you feel depressed, when you feel anxious, when you feel in need, when you feel lonely, when you feel like crying, just nobody understands you, you know that you go to a maqam. The hope is there. It lifts your burdens. Unbelievers know that. That's why you see unbelievers even going to Muslim saints' graves. We don't have that. What is it that we have? Malls to distract us. What else? Bars. Drinking, drugs, this and that, yes? I mean, these things can be found in Muslim countries, of course. But at least the tradition of Islam is there. You have a choice there. We don't have too much of a choice here. So what do we want? What do we need? And these are just the faces. There is something else that is beyond that. The face is, you go to a maqam, right? That is the face. What is beyond that? What is behind that? Behind that is love of the awliya Allah. Understanding and trusting, appreciating, believing in the unseen, in the friends of Allah, not just in the zahir of things. Then you understand, yes, there are others above you. Then there is a fear that has to be there, because you are not the only one in the face of this world doing anything you want and getting away with anything. No, you are responsible. And that time, with that fear also, with that knowledge, and then there is understanding, can bring you to faith easily. You feel that you are so dirty, you go to a saint, you beg, you ask. With Allah's help, it's given to you. So many things, yes, of course, in Muslim countries, they try to stop you, but there are still many places where you can still go. Over here, where can you go? Where can our kids go? Let's say, look, okay, for us, we understand where can our kids go? Let's say they're not brought up here, they're not knowing this. Where can? They're not even told that there is something really exotic or something they discover later on in college that the kafir professors are going to teach them about, that they can debate about. Yes? And where is that respect? Where is that love? So, what is it that we want? Now, if you want humility, then find where you're going to. Don't just say to your children, you must be humble, 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 humble. No, that's words are simple. You must be good. What does that mean? How are you going to show humility? Don't be proud. How are you going to show not being proud? How are you going to make them feel not proud? How are you going to make them feel that whatever blessings that Allah gives them, whatever blessings Allah gives us, by comparisons, there are so many good people that Allah did not give blessings to them, Allah gives blessings to us. That we should be more grateful. In some ways, we should be more ashamed because we are wasting the blessings Allah gives us. That is the reality, you know. This is the worry. This is how we're going to show. What are we going to do? School system doesn't do that. Masjids are not doing that. Everything is very cliquey now. Everything is according to your race, according to your income level, according to... So how are we going to teach all of this? And every generation is going to get worse. And that's why you're going to see Muslims now. Now we say some Muslims in some lands, they think they're number one. And then soon you're going to see other Muslims, you're going to see they're number one too. How are they number one? By the ideology of their countries, really. By the ideology of the countries. And by the capitalist system of the countries. Yes, communists also have a capitalist system. And you're going to see this in the Holy Lands. People ask me so many times, so where did you see? I don't want to say too much. I say, what I see, I look at the Ummah. And I learn so much. Yeah. So, when you are being taught that it's okay to feel proud, it's okay to condemn others, it's okay to look down on others, that you are good, you are better than others, that when it comes to religion, it is only to show how others are wrong and you are right. When this is happening over and over again, that's how these kids are going to grow up with a wrong understanding. Adults are going to have a wrong understanding. So, and that time the religion also becomes your own, just your own interpretation, because you're so proud you don't listen to no one. This person comes up with this reasoning for this. I can come up with a reasoning like that. Because you've been taught anyone can come up with anything you want. It's okay. From young, it's okay. It's good. You have to come up with your own way of looking at things. You're unique. You're special, every one of you. In some ways, yes, we are. In other ways, no, we're not. We're not unique. Then they say in religion too, why you have to follow other people? Now you see, oh, there are so many people that grew up in, it's very fast. It didn't pass 1-2 generations. Same generation, they say, you grow up, those ones who were so conservative, hijabis, now they are promoting abortion openly, promoting wrong gender things, all those wrong sexuality things, wrong, and saying it's okay. It's not only okay, they're going to stand up for the haqq of these Dajjalic ideas. But they look outside completely Islamic now. You think they're, who is supporting this? Who is supporting this kind of things? Huge countries are, with huge money and huge help. They're supporting this. And then they say, no, you just have to make up your own religion. It's very simple. Don't follow others. We follow. We have to follow. If the tabi'ins, they follow the Sahabi Kiram. If the tabi'ins, they say, we follow the tabi'ins. They don't say that the tabi'ins. The tabi'ins, they don't say they're Sahabis. Then we are those ones who follow those ones. There is safety in that, inshallah. This is Akhir Zaman. Everything is turned upside down. Be very careful. It's not worth it. You can give your child the whole world. You can give your child the whole world. Your child can help the whole world. But if they don't have that faith, and if they work against true faith, everything is lost. It's not worth it. Assalamu alaikum.